Jibada no hata mbili kidogo hiyo. Ya que niyo. Ofisi hii hapa. Yaka. Yaka bo ita moja moja tu. Kita kiki. Kita kiki ya moja moja. Ngo mule. Oya. Hawa bo nyingi. Kita kiki ngo mule. Aja bawa ni aku tengah. Ay, ay, ni halo. Mana baru kan awal ni. Ini sih ni. Ya, wami kama yanda, kama ngino ngadaja ni boyo muko yanjo sera ya karombo, ya katando kahoke, keamba, tate kwa kwambia na vita, yengo kwa tola kwa manembaro makura, keamba. Beamba wena ile pahali hera shutero ndi gonga ha peke tulo peke ombeamba ya bongo saona mo chirongo cho beamba ate ko kwaterwa kwa manyengerere ngombe njia kulema kwa mboto shombona yamba mefa wala jabe yako wengo ngomba wangalu wale hale peke nengo hidire ko mombe di papiti utukula dule mjumbuku yolo za muyema kata uga ko shosa du kata ko ngombe yembia kilole ko ngombe ndo una wayo Obimbumbe mbi kata ko utamboro weka ko yeli na njoya wanga obimbumbe mbi obamba ha peke omaje tulipa mwe yange ngwe onga hatu kata ko yandi hana jandi ho na ko nyanda waka yoro mo kata ko mbeto ma bondama Iyo bana yongwa huku po. Ukajira nyima ili bomba ngongea mawa na hapo pelu kongea mtuko. Iyo hatira oma. Bube amwa muhe. Basi ko mkiwa haule u. Umawale na wewe. Sai mumba hoto mbepe ayu beino mataula. Bube amwa muhe. Amu shaka basi mundu pehika tateruve amue tateruva ngwa wafushe muwena kuja ndihana jajona kwa nyala la hiwaro mao tuve amuha muhe tateshemba wanashomba bora mafika mutiwa hauweu mafika ngwa kwa mboga shombona ngombiya yiya kulem matuka twako tulenga no ukaningira kushiwa ete shiwa ngundebe limepando ngamba kabya kutukana wa mabe urukwene ngo owani mbihe mulaelele owa ombya jambya bilole ukango uno wayo ko tata ko utamoroloke kubya muhe aje tsaru motu kwenene mo vende mukoto
Ugori nendu bilikuwa dina hambo ndatu. Ya na iku shamatu matu tanauka.
Mamu tanauka mama tuipili kudambani.
Na ime kabura kusha matu sokenda kukuri.
Ejo. Kitwa vumbo atushiti.
Kitwa vumbo atu kotoka. Atie kukarano chihungiriro. Usipatu ke kulama metaha. Yeah, okusha mutu anje. Euwarai nene na.
Gai.
Muhuka tu tumba sha tu kiri kwambako kushingumba choro mente
unu muga Jera ina mai berada nama.
Right, 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 left, right, 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 right,
he ingwa hatu ngepera hizo pehiko mataura wangadale hedheri mba oi ngaji viafako era iho kumambaka wabingore yona amba shiwa icho bimbumba yoronga namba mbade ruiri mbaganda irimba jambo basho bohonge akatwaka inakuwa injo ndangero nguru irimba era iho ngombeto koka shira nyima iri polombango injo mbago ndama yona jiwango hukupo ndio hatira om ngia mawa ndara ko peku kumfanu ko daro iho be ombiaje bya ko na wayo ijo andwerimba bekule mbuka bekufa ko hako abetoa wapo namba bekuka mko ibanu mijanga pana ruminga yatabe towa ka
kamai para kukuri wa panjaro miango kianjoka rubere kono etukumbire o ngambuliro njetu yombadhu ya mano byayo matianja mu byo Kristo omuhonge wetu muhonge upi ya matwithano muhonge kumuru yanjoka ngumbiro kwe
ya matukumburiri matukumbe Yohane somurongo na inere bareto murongo na ndatu waya chichima mungula menala chichitwa oronga namba kumbuka mukarire woye zake mbondo ngira rukuru wae pere murongo na ndatu dori chama bari cha dembuke na ibambari ko murungu wenu omwingo mbo abekara kutwa kuyamba murizo muwa muzwerwa tala ko shiwamashi uchikwewo ndando ko murungu uchizero ndaya jali pese kela ngwa chirepitira mekumaronjo wekufika mawe kutale toro chikushire kushako murungu chimwe imekuongorere kale mune chamona uliko murungu wa bebe takamiza tumewe hongorere ndiro ndikachiko maiwo mengi amen ya bana bazero katuno urule ule popa ulikuingirwa tokacha mboka fupi neri kusamuela murungu na ambo ndatu makerezo ufupi uli make alita kuja Absalomo unda eno munye weriri kira omuni ewe no shire murukiro dali moshana shombara ameri puranai inamudandu kumaenene kutakamisa enaranje kuchalire murukwe neyo charukira ewe ndiro shire murukiro kenale nanga kundino ndirisa ne wakusha ewe no shire murukiro na chitwe amba twaenda kegege kutarewe okuzo murumendu wetu nga habembwa mukambangu yetu be nokula mu mashamba
erembe ku program yo
kula mu mashamba ko busha
imuvi
mundu busha tukafero kulekwa fero kukane we ndimave mburukirwa ko mati yetu tukana matwa ko mbanda ye ndali ye Yesu Kristo no matwa ko rudenga ko shu so pia linda kusha eyo mbara abayu kitwenu kwa usha tuembe murumendu wetu ninyango kama ifara kukuli uzombara yetu bolwe pararamba tumu bemburuke utukuru mutenyo maka ipuna ete orondu edo amari ngironga ukire ushanga tube bemburuke tutwa kuyamba uli ufupi mbutambo ulili ubingire bimura bili ko murungu amen
ya okwepa muhunge matu hepo maturokero wabo kamutu kapekoto kumbi yabo do we meet your PD all right okay just a brief welcoming remarks. First, we have the prayers. We are just here. Our main purpose at this event. Right. Okay. We're gonna be very, very brief. It's just a short event, just to lay the rest at the grave of the late Chief Kamaitfara Kukuri, who was murdered brutally by the Germans at the hands of Van Trotter when he was invited at a place called Ombakaha in the eastern part of Namibia. The Germans, one could say it was an ambush because they were talking of peace. Let's gather here for peace, and then probably they were just obviously taking a chance just to lure the people into this ambush, and that is where he was captured, and they brought him all the way up to here. That is why we are here. That's why you even see here for yourself, this particular grave is not even given a befitting honor, such as to have a yard, or perhaps next time we come here, we hope the Monument Council and the municipality will do something to ensure that this place is given a befitting tribute and so on. So in short, obviously I'm not the one doing the welcoming, so now allow me to invite Honorable Ombara Yombandi Rick Kukuri.
Sorry.
Ya mwakuru wa shinene nje ondengero utate unene ambaye twata kukuri eye tajiba serikali rombo wata iyo bando ishi urubezendo kusha akaina mba kucha tukano meride muruka onawa yenda ko murungu meride muruka no hokuma yetu yesano onde kurona kusha beshiwa kusha badhapi nunuho yenda ko murungu kuno viungura ovingi ente ngunda tuno munya mimatuzo kutuna ya obuja ufupi mambo yanje ete kimbo ya masupiongo bano kwa duitana ule mshingiriza ngunda apia muno ujushi nene. I just wanted to welcome you all and want to appreciate the sacrifices you have made to be here with us today. This is to us a special occasion where we honor those who have for the independence, so to speak, of this country during the German colonial kind of era. So we think it is befitting that from time to time we come here to remind our forefather that you are not forgotten. You have not fought in vain. And I also want to appeal to the future generations, to the youth, to the young people, that we are not going to be here forever. They have to take our place. And they have also continued to give the befitting honor to our fallen heroes and fathers. Thank you very much, and all the best for the day as we are moving on to do other things for the day and beyond tomorrow. And I think the 28th, as you know, it's the officially respected, so to speak, day of remembrance of the genocide struggle. That is all I have to say for now, and all the best. Thank you.
Okuhe parikane kukahungio kafupingo atuha fana yungai no matushito mukona tuno mulume ndo mutuhongorerepo uka ushoshemana kai no maposo kamboko ndangi uri liko kushaweyamba ombara mureti ya okwepa ya kuro ibumba byetu badamba obaherero no bambanderu mukie byanja oriameto kuningira kwetu yatiki yanjo oriameto ombanga netunji omuro mukuru chibana cyo baherero limbo kyalise kurungi bizo limbo kyalise kwihama kwetu kutuhamizo bandu ishi mosha cyo bida ifiro yoga yashiri kwata umuhona ngwi wahingwa pehi yo kuyangwi be kutamba wakatako muti minaro mbango yo bandu baru okushambasha okwepa chineja twa tekuka pa manane ya okwepa chineja kunganda mbandi okutu toka ruberenga atwangene ko kugentas okwepa. Okay. Perhaps in short, Chief Mureti is the chairperson of the Okanjode Chief Assembly for Genocide. So he just made a welcoming and a tribute to the fallen chief and hero, the son of the soil. And just to indicate that we are very appreciative as the Okanjode Chief Assembly for the invitation. And yeah, in short, it was that. So now allow me to call upon, as I said, it's too brief. We are very, very brief because the main events are going to take place at the UN Plaza for today. So the time we have given the traffic officers is also very short. Ondangere yetu yombandi na utuka yamba okwepa kunao mecho kwepa obahogabe bali mbaita no nusupi na mwe karamba okwepa chini okwepa kulombara banje zakanjude kokusha mwe kutimbo ni mulimba mundiro ndi bantu kyacha okwepa kuna kambula sana epo makomake nalile mu binabyo chitiro chinjanja uli mkorwe kalile na barumu byaro na byaro kaojo kapale no kapale bidabushabi etatuhe njambishe tungulano tufakukara pa mutu kuyo mundu muri bekuta obinabe uye wakuta munongwi no mawi wetu ga chita kuzire atwakara pa uya njambishe tungula uye tukali pamwe tulilo mundu umwe umwe abihe tulukura pamwe okwepa shinene ko shiwana ashisha shiyamba no akabiri ukambe mbere mbakwepa kuna alikana katuna hange no ukambe we okwepa shinene katiyaruke no hange chito mamutu matutulwa okwepa. All right, now we are coming to the main event. That is the main event where we are here, is the laying of the red here. So I call upon our soldier in uniform to do that, and the chiefs will then follow and just lay their hands on. Obujabimba nabono matriko koshidao jitweremba noshina hepero yarokie kufapo rubenga omuhona wetu obusha
Obeka, bara obeka, kita na amuru teto. Kata tena, kuna mema tu ngobara mama yangu keren. Chama mgori kwa bara kwa muda nikane. Ape ikakuya magori ngani kwa kawa obeka ngwi.
Auja vi, kitwa gombo, mushimbumba shi ashikura mapumbu ndo gomba. Ndio gomba shi hapo kwa ka ukambe ngauji. Ya. Ukambe ngauka.
Grandfather, my name is Rikuru Kukuri, and my fallen grandfather is Kamaitwara Kukuri, who were murdered brutally by the Germans during the German occupation. He passed away, they shot him dead, they captured him, they lowered him as under the kind of deceit that they want peace, and that's why they want him. But then they ended up actually murdered him here, and because he was captured at not captured, but I think he was just lured, so to speak, at a place called Ombakaha, and then from there he was brought here, and instead of talking about peace, they ended up actually hanging him right here. There is a tree here where actually he was hanged. And I think because he was a strong man, and the branch or the piece where he was put on to hang, it collapsed and he fell to the ground. And it was not, to them it was not enough. They ended up actually shooting him to pieces, so to speak. And so this is actually the historical context. You know, the genocide which we are celebrating also on the 28th, is it 28th? 28.
Yes.
Yeah, 28. It is in that context that people were murdered, and we must remember. It's a remembrance. 28th of May is a remembrance day.
Indeed. Two questions. Number one, you've mentioned that the young people will take over because you will forever not be here, obviously. So what is it that you want the young people to do in, of course, the recognition of this day? And then the second question, there has been negotiations from the government side with the Germans. Maybe what is it, or how much are we looking at that is enough for the compensation of ourselves? And what do you look forward to as the negotiations are going on?
Yeah, we look forward to the current German dispensation to accept what their predecessors have done to our predecessors, slaughtering them just like that. I mean, we are not satisfied with simply saying that, well, sorry, there must be reparations. And that is what we want to see. And I think as far as the young people are concerned, because we don't know how long this struggle will go on, they must actually come out. And one of the things which we have also now propagated is that this genocide remembrance, it must be taught at schools. The children, the young people must know about this. It must form part of the curriculum of that's why I'm saying the younger generations, they should know. If they know their history, then obviously they would actually do better. And I think that is very, very important. And I'm here also with Chief Rirako. He's a paramount chief, and he's here with me. He's also related to me, and he has got also a few words actually to add to what I have said.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Shall we? Yeah.
Share.
Now I'm good. Can we go?
Now.
Now.
Number one, the context and the brief background of this. And you've mentioned.
Thank you very much. We are actually gathered here as part of a very prolonged history and very atrocious one indeed, on a dawning of a day that finally puts the genocide and the atrocious activities that has been committed against the Hereros and Namas, especially between 1904 and 1909, even though some of these atrocious activities have been perpetuated even before the infamous Berlin Conference that also resulted in the loss of lives. We realize that we have lost about 84,000 Hereros that perished during the war directly, and also others that perished during the concentration camps as a result of medical experiments that were carried out against our people by the infamous German doctor by the name of Eugene Fischer. Now, the 28th, which is tomorrow, marks a dawning in a very historic day for the affected people in this country. And we are not going to stop here because remember, this is the first genocide of the 20th century. And we know that for some of the genocide that took place in latter years, they have been ingrained permanently in the history books, especially getting recognition from the United Nations and other places. But unfortunately, the one of our people have not been given the right credence and recognition that it deserves. Now, tomorrow we are marking a day that many of our people went through a lot that resulted in almost a complete annihilation of our people, as by the order of Luther von Trotter, who ordered that all Hereros should be, annihilated and should vanish from the face of the earth. Now, we are planning a 2 days activities. Today is the day that we have decided that we conduct those rituals and things that are so close to our culture and tradition. And tomorrow, of course, we're going to join the government or the official gathering. Now, the person laying behind me on my maternal side, as it was alluded to earlier by Chief Kukuri, I'm not only in my capacity as a paramount chief here, but I'm also in my capacity as a descendant. Because from my mother's side, I'm from the Ombandi clan. I know you understand the different totems, and this is where my great-grandmother came from. This is our great-grandfather. Now, his death, it's an embodiment and personification of what happened to many Hereros and Namas during that war. He was lured to a very fictitious meeting where he was told that they are going to be talking, talking about the conflicts and disagreements between the Germans and the Hereros. He was called at a place called Ombakaha, and he was tricked into a meeting where the people thought they were going to have a discussion. But what happened is that it resulted in his capture, and he was actually led by horses, German horses, up to this place from Ombakaha. I think you can do your own history and check where the area is. On foot, trekking up to here, and the tree where he was hanged it was here in this area where the grave is. And as you can see, it's an unmarked grave. And this is some of the things that are heartening for some of us. Since 2005, when we started coming and commemorating this place, the Heritage Council have not even attended to this grave. So this is why we are making this appeal to make sure that those that are in charge not only help us to remember the contribution that many of these people have made, but also to make sure that they are given the right honor and respect that they deserve. So again, like I said, it's a sad day for all of us, but it's also a jubilant day for us also because we now have a day that depicts one of the ugliest part of the history of this country. Now, you also had another question where you wanted to find out our take on the current negotiations as per our request for an official apology, the reparation and restitution. I want to go on record to say that these events have been moving at a very snail's pace. We have been independent for for over 33 years. And ever since, we've been asking that, our people will get the necessary apology, restitution, and reparation. So when we gather here, we also want to register our disappointment to the fact that this issue has been at the back burner, both on the government of Germany, but again, also not gaining so much momentum on the part of our own government. So I want everybody to hasten to make sure that this issue is resolved amicably. But the most important thing is the inclusion in any decision that pertains to the genocide of the affected people directly. When we say nothing for us without us, we mean that we want to decide over our own destiny. This issue affects us directly, and we want to be included. So that's why I think to end up this thing, I would want to say that I've been on record several times that for everybody to be included, we are calling for a general conference that will bring everybody that has been touched and affected by the genocide to air their opinion. We have some people in the diaspora. We have some people who came from Botswana that are not necessarily completely settled, that are in the GAM area. So let's, we have waited over 120 years, and we are prepared to even wait longer to make sure that things are done amicably and
Mbara, lastly, I think before I go to my last question, is a follow-up question to what you just said. The question that we've never, or maybe that we don't often answer, is how much is enough for the compensations that we are expecting from the Germans? Come
to the conference, we will explain it to you. But maybe
then,
yes.
My next question is, of course, the 28th is the national commemoration. But when you go to, or in some other conversations, you will hear members of the community, some members of the community prefer 12 April, some prefer October, the others prefer December.
Yeah.
As a leader, what role will you play to make sure that these people are united and we all finally observe that one day?
Yes.
Though we are still observing what has happened, the examination orders that has happened.
Let me do justice to your first question. The reason that I said wait until the conference is that when we are talking about the reparation, we are talking about loss of life. So if you are talking about 84,000 dead, the yardstick that is being used now around the globe is the amount of money that was paid to George Floyd in the US. So if you pay that amount of money per head of a head that was killed, and you go back to 1904 and put interest on that, that will give you a figure. The fact that also the majority of the affected group, especially the Herero group from where I'm hailing from, have lost about 80% of their ancestral land. How much price tag can you put on that land that is now in the hands of the majority whites? On top of that, the memorabilia, the hands of the women were cut and their artifacts, these things are hanging in museum throughout the world. The heads of our people have been cut. Some of them were taken from those who perished in the in Chuck Island. But then you also have a situation also where some people were beheaded, and their own siblings were asked to boil the flesh and remove the flesh from the bones. And those heads were also sold to museums, to universities, and also to private houses where people held this thing as trophies. And I can say, when we repatriated the first skulls, the first 20 skulls, we were informed that about over 3,000 skulls lay somewhere, some in private houses as trophy. Not to mention also the emotional trauma that our people are bearing from that time onwards. So that's why I'm saying that we have some figures, but wait until we get to the conference where we can provide you with the baseline information based on the losses, movable properties, unmovable properties, and the loss of life. Your next question?
It was on the role that you play.
Yes.
To make sure
Yes.
that we are all
Yes.
unified and we come
We have been fighting for this day for donkey years. There are many skirmishes and many conflicts that took place between the Namas and the Germans, the Hereros and the Germans. But one unifying day that unify everybody is the 28th, because it marks the time when our people for the first time were let out of the concentration camps. So it doesn't say whether you are a Nama, whether you are a Herero. It was the time that for the first time we somehow breathed at ease when our people came from the concentration camps. We are privy to the fact that even after we got out of the concentration camps, many of our people now were again imprisoned to be sold on farm as farm laborers. But this day signifies the end of the atrocity, the end of the systematic death that were perpetuated against our people. So the disunity and the different opinion on the days, not every person, even identical twins, can agree on anything. So we have asked this one, it was granted to us, take it as the official day, and we are happy that the government have decided to take that decision.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay.
Apa maneno? Imwe, kari, imwe. Maneno po. Na, Chris. Imwe. Apa maneno? Na, Chris, ena. Imwe. Come on, imwe. Apa maneno? Imwe, kari, imwe. Aja, imwe. Oh ya. Stop.
niko mwache ingwi wangu wakatwa kaina kuwa uongo mbendo bya wanda bombo ndambo ya muri ngombanje kuyara mu kitombo ifero mwane kife omuthia wa ntende wa maasi pingeno ngando tende orana hame mo mukarude kapu ya omenya kera ko ngandungu batwana chiwanje kavira kama hangu nini kwa mhono kula matumi niko mwache onjimba yetu ngombe basiporo jahara umwambinga na tatonjingo bitano luchindo ngombe ntuma izo umo kuti regule uko mjua mkaya ndo kakando washatubisha kakero mbanda omwache obandu mba obakwenda ta tondundu na chombone mayo hamu kala hengali hoi namba mba kondo ngugo kahibara ko ikere monganda chibo ichonge ombana akachami barana moro wetemba atutubukire omuntu uri muno haura yo mkako ndoto haura yo mkako zina mango upe halimake andari yo manga wetemba Kama si wa hana bado hana wa mingi tena. Amasha beri wale na hadi ndio habari